Preamble. Teachers are the licensed professionals who possess dignity, reputation, with the higher moral values as well as technical and professional competence in the practice of their noble profession. They are strictly adhered to, observe, and practice in this set of ethical, moral principle, standard, and values. Article number 1. The scope and limitation. According to Section 1, the Philippines Constitution provides that all educational institutions shall offer quality of education for all competent teachers committed of its realization. The provision of this code shall apply, therefore, to all teachers in these Philippines. According to Section 2, this code covers all public and private school teachers in educational institutions at the preschool, primary, elementary, and secondary level, whether academic, vocational, special, technical, or non-formal. The term teacher shall include industrial, arts, or vocational teachers, and all other person performing supervisory or administrative function in all schools at the aforesaid level, whether a full-time or part-time basis. And now, let's proceed to the article 2 was entitled The Teacher and the State. According to the section 1, the school are the nursery of the future citizen of the state, and each teacher is a trustee of the cultural, educational heritage of the nation, is under obligation to transmit to learners such heritage as well as to elevate national morality, promote national pride, cultivate a love of country, and still allegiance to the Constitution, and for all duly constituted authorities, and promote obedience to the laws of the state. Now let's proceed to the section 2. According to section 2, every teacher or school officially shall actively help carry out to declare policy of the state and shall take care an oath to this effect. And according to section 3, in the interest of the state of the Filipino people as much of his own, and every teacher be physically, mentally, and morally fit. And according to section 4, every teacher shall possess and actualize a full commitment and devotion of duty. And now, let's proceed to the section 5. According to section 5, a teacher shall not engage in the promotion of any political, religious, or other partisan interest and shall not direct or indirect, solicit, require, collect, or receive any money or service or other valuable materials from any person or entity for such purpose. And according to section 6, every teacher shall vote, shall exercise all other constitutional right and responsibility. And now, let's proceed to section 7. According to section 7, a teacher shall not use his position and facial authority and influence of coerce of other any person to follow the political course of action. And according to section 8, every teacher shall enjoy an academic freedom and shall have privilege of expounding the product of his research and investigation and provide that if the results are inimical to the declared policy of the state, they shall be brought to the proper authorities or appropriate remedial action. Now let's proceed to the article 3 was entitled The Teacher in the Community. According to section 1, a teacher is a facilitator of learning and of development of the youth. He shall, therefore, render the best service providing an environment conducive to conduct such learning and growth. And now, according to Section 2, every teacher shall provide leadership and initiative to actively participate in community movement for moral, social, educational, economic, and civic betterment. And now let's proceed to the Section 3. According to Section 3, every teacher shall merit reasonable social recognition, for which purpose he shall behave with the honor and dignity at all time, and refrain for such activity as gambling, smoking, drunkenness, and other excesses much less illicit of relation. And according to Section 4, every teacher shall live for with the community and shall therefore and study and understand the local custom and traditions in order to have sympathetic attitude, therefore refrain for despairing the community. Now let's proceed to the section 5. According to section 5, every teacher shall help the school keep the people in the community informed what the works and the opportunity as well as its needs and problems. And according to section 6, every teacher is intellectual leader in the community, especially in barangay, and shall welcome the opportunity to provide such leadership when needed to extend counseling service as appropriate, to actively be involved in matters affecting the welfare of the people. And now let's proceed to the section 7. According to section 7, every teacher shall maintain harmonious and a pleasant personal and official relationship with other professional, with a government official, and with other people individual and collectively. And according to section 8, a teacher possesses freedom to attend church and worship as appropriate, but shall not use his position and influence to proselyte others. And now, let's proceed to the Article 4 was entitled A Teacher and the Profession. According to Section 1, every teacher shall actively ensure that the teaching is the noblest profession and shall manifest genuine enthusiasm and pride in teaching as a noble calling. And according to Section 2, every teacher shall uphold the highest possible standard of quality of education, shall make the best presentation of the career of teaching, and shall be at his best at all times in the practice of his profession. And now, let's proceed to the Section 3. According to Section 3, every teacher shall participate in continuing professional educational program, regulations commission, and shall pursue such other study as will improve his efficiency and enhance the prestige of profession and strength of his competence and virtues productivity in order be national and international competitive. And according to Section 4, every teacher shall help, if duly authorized, to seek support from the school but shall not make improper misrepresentation through personal advertisement and other questionable means. And according to Section 5, every teacher shall use teaching profession in a manner that makes it dignified means earning of a decent living. And now, let's proceed to the Article 5 was entitled The Teacher and the Profession. According to Section 1, the teacher shall at times be imbued with the spirit of professional loyalty, mutual confidence, and faith in one another, and self-sacrifice for the common good and, and full cooperation with the colleges when the best interest of the learner and the school or the profession is at stake. In any controversy, the teacher shall support one another. And according to Section 2, a teacher is not entitled to claim credit or work of his own and shall give due credit for the work of others we may be he used. And according to Section 3, before leaving his position, a teacher shall organize for whoever assumed the position such records or other data as are necessary to carry on the work. And now let's proceed to the section 4. According to section 4, a teacher shall hold inviolate all confidential information concerning associate and the school and shall not be divulged to any document which has not been officially released or remove records from the files without permission. And according to section 5, it shall be the responsibility for the teacher to seek correctives for what we may appear to be unprofessional and unethical conduct for any associate. However, it may be done only if there is incontrovertible evidence for such conduct. And according to Section 6, a teacher may submit to the proper authorities any justifiable criticism against an associate, preferably in writing, without violating the right of individual concern. And now, let's proceed to the last. According to Section 7, a teacher may apply for a vacant position for which he is qualified, provided that he respect the system of selection on the basis of merit and competence. Provided, further, that all qualified candidates are given the opportunity to be considered. Now let's proceed to the Article 6 was entitled The Teacher and the Higher Authorities in the Profession. According to Section 1, every teacher shall make to his duty to make an honest effort to understand and support the legitimate policy of the school and administration, regardless of the personal feeling or private opinion, and shall faithfully carry them out. Now, according to Section 2, a teacher shall not make any false of accusation or charge against the supervisor or especially under the authority. However, if there are valid charge, he should present such under oath to competent authority. Now let's proceed to the Section 3. According to Section 3, a teacher shall transact all official business through channel expert when specially conditioned, warranty a different procedures such when special condition or advocate but are opposed by the immediate supervisors, in which case the teacher shall appeal directly to appropriate higher authority. Now let's proceed to the Section 4. According to Section 4, every teacher or individually or as a part of a group has a higher right to seek redress to against injustice to the administration or to extend possible shall rise grievancing with the acceptable democratic processes. In doing so, they shall avoid jeopardizing the interests and the welfare of the learners whose right to learn must be respected. Now let's proceed to Section 5. According to Section 5, every teacher has a right to invoke the principle of administration, promotion, and transfer of teachers are made only on the basis of merit and needed in the interest of the service. According to Section 6, a teacher who accepts a position assumes a contractual obligation to live up his contract assuming full of knowledge of employment term and condition.